Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Israel Brief, brought to you by Lay of the Land. I'm Rolene Marks, and here are your top stories. Well, the big news story is all about the elimination of Iranian Revolutionary Guard General Qasem Suleimani, who was taken out by US forces in the early hours of Friday morning. His remains were flown back to Tehran, where his funeral was conducted earlier today, and addressing the millions of mourners lining the streets of Tehran was the leader of one of Iran's proxies, Hamas. Ismail Haniyeh, the leader of Hamas, addressed the mourners, speaking about the fact that Hamas will carry on their resistance for Palestine against the United States and Israel, who they call the Zionist regime. And we know all too well here in Israel the effects of somebody like Qasem Soleimani, who was the mastermind of many terror attacks conducted by Hezbollah, conducted by other proxies like Hamas, like tunneling, like the firing of rockets, like attacks on external buildings, like the Amia bombing in Buenos Aires in Argentina. This is the kind of person that we are talking about. He's been called a mass murderer, and one Israeli opinion leader said that the elimination of Suleimani was comparable to the assassination of Nazi Reinhard Heydrich, who was the brains behind the final solution, which saw the extermination of over 6 million Jews. Now, it is expected that Iran will retaliate, and Israel remains in a state of high alert. The Iranians have mentioned that they will be putting a price of $80 million on President Trump's head, and US Congress are demanding answers from Trump, who said that the US acted in defense after it was found out that Soleimani was the brains behind possible attacks on American embassies and diplomats around the world. And last week we saw the effects of this after the US embassy in Baghdad was attacked. Now, it is not known how or when any kind of retaliation will be carried out. Jewish installations have upped their securities, and organizations like Chabad have warned their emissaries around the world to be extra careful. In Jakarta, in Indonesia, it is being reported that a large red flag is flying outside of the Iranian embassy, signaling that some kind of battle is to follow. But America and Israel remain ever vigilant and in a state of high alert, and we will be following this very, very closely and bring you updates as they happen. And also staying far afield, well, not too far afield because it involves Jerusalem as well, but over 20,000 marchers took to the streets of New York yesterday, and hundreds in Jerusalem, in the No Hate, No Fear rally to call for solidarity, to say that enough is enough with rising anti-Semitism, especially in light of the attacks that have taken place in New York City over the last couple of weeks, culminating in the horrific Monzi attack just over a week ago. And there have been incidents of anti-Semitism that have continued to happen in New York City and surrounds, and this rally was attended by thousands from different ethnicities, different backgrounds, some politicians, all coming out to say we stand with the Jewish community of New York and the United States, and enough is enough. In a sister rally, hundreds took to the streets of Jerusalem yesterday, including the leader of the Jewish Agency, Isaac Herzog, and many others, to stand in solidarity with the United States and to say that, our diaspora communities are always there for us in a time of need, but in this time of need, we are there for the United States. Now, today is also a very important day. It is Jewish Pride Day. So wherever you are, please go onto your social media. We've done it on our Facebook page. You can see it there. And put the hashtag Jewish and Proud. It is time to take a stand. It is time to not be afraid. And it is time to fight anti-Semitism with the best way we know how, which is to take pride in our Jewish identity. In a very moving story, many of us, including myself, who've had the privilege of going to Australia, are absolutely devastated and heartbroken at the bushfire crisis that has claimed the lives of many Australians and just countless amounts of animals, close to 500 million or even more than 500 million animals have been devastated, have lost their lives as a result of the bushfire crisis. And I know everybody around the world wants to help, including celebrities, including the British royal family, including ordinary folk just like us. And no exception is the Jerusalem Zoo, who earlier today announced that they would be sending money to help with animal aid and rehabilitation. Money will include anti-burn sprays, it will wound swabs, hydration replacements, and various other necessary implements and medicines to help animals be treated and hopefully recover. But we can also play our part in helping. If you go onto our Facebook page, you will see we have a link to a website with a whole list of resources and organizations that you can go to show your support for Australia. If you want to donate to wildlife sanctuaries, if you want to donate to firefighting services, if you want to donate to major funds, please everybody, this is a crisis that affects so many people in Australia. We have so many readers, so many viewers from Australia that support Lay of the Land, and we really want to do something to show our solidarity and to stand with you guys. Our prayers are with Australia, and we really, really hope to an end of the devastation very, very soon. So please don't forget that while you're on our Facebook page to check out the website and show Australia your support and that you care. Now don't forget that we post a lot of original content to our website daily. You can check out an article I wrote called Winds of Change, which speaks about the warming of ties between Arab countries and the State of Israel, and it could not be more prolific, especially while there is increased tension between Iran and Israel. You know, any kind of fallout or any kind of retaliation by Iran could affect Gulf states as well. Also, don't forget to check out our Facebook page. While you're there, like us, follow us, share our content, and invite your friends to like and follow us. And also, don't forget that you play a very important part in helping to get information or Israel's side of the story or narrative out to the general public by following our YouTube channel. Simply subscribe at the Israel Brief. The more subscribers, the more people we are able to introduce to Israel. I'm Suleimani with the Monday edition of the Israel Brief. We'll chat again tomorrow.